This is the final training in this pop-up group called Stop Playing Small. And I am attempting to synthesize all of the learning, all of the lessons, all of the themes into one core training to make it simple so that you have sort of a little party favor as you exit this group, as I bring it to archive, as we close. Are you ready? I'm so ready to bring this to you. 3 simple steps to stop playing small. These might sound really simple, and indeed they are. It's going to be very simple for me to explain them, and yet they may not be so easy to quickly adopt, to quickly implement. And let's let that be okay. Because if you could live a big, juicy dream life without any hesitation, and if you felt like you were already dropping playing small, you would do it by now, right? If you didn't need any training or any processes or any practices or any time or learning, that this wouldn't be an issue. You're inside this group because you know there's something more for you. And so let's let it be okay that if this is not on for you now, if you have not yet reached your big, juicy dream life, if you have things that are holding you back, if you feel like you are lacking some confidence or some ability to really go big, that's okay. That's why you've joined this workshop, and that's what we're going to be talking about today. So simple steps, but not necessarily quick to release all of the tensions that you may be feeling. Let me dive in. You ready? Step 1 to stop playing small. Let's say you are stuck, you are overwhelmed, you feel like you are trying to break free from something. You might be really stressed, you might be feeling really burned out. You might be feeling really cloudy, really unclear, really unsure of what it is that is holding you back, but you just feel like there's something bigger for you. Or maybe you know exactly what's in your way and you don't know how to unblock it. You don't know how to unlock yourself from an unsatisfying circumstance or something that's really just having you play a smaller game. Any of those things can be true, and these 3 steps are the same. Whether you know what's ailing you or you just feel cloudy, this is the process I take all of my clients through. So let's dive in. Are you ready? 3 simple steps to stop playing small. Step number 1 is to know yourself. Deeply know you. Know what makes you tick. Know how you roll. Know what you're good at. Know your easy, effortless strengths. Know how you get results, whether you're in the workplace or in your life. How do you interact with people or tasks in your own effortless way to get results? You have a way, you might not know it yet. And as you know yourself, can you clearly see what other people see? It might be in your blind spot. Knowing yourself means really being capable of hearing and accepting and receiving compliments and praise without resistance. Really knowing yourself means understanding your values. What is so embedded inside of your own makeup, your own DNA, that when they're not present, you don't feel right. You don't feel satisfied. You don't feel at ease. Knowing yourself means also knowing what you're vulnerable to feeling, what you want to defend against, what is uncomfortable to feel. And knowing yourself means also being aware of how you might be holding yourself back, how you might be driving with your foot on the brake, how you might actually be at cross purposes with things that you think that you want. Really having this self-awareness is the first, most elementary step to you getting what you want and living a big, juicy dream life. But so often we kind of are on autopilot where we kind of think we know ourselves and yet we don't. We sort of presume that we know what other people think or that we know what other people know or that we know what makes us tick. And in that presumptuousness, we downgrade or downsell or disregard our strengths. This is where I keep using the imagery of like the goldfish swimming in a bowl. that doesn't even realize that it's in water, that doesn't even realize that it's swimming. That our own natural operating system, our own way of moving through the world, our own way of being effortlessly ourselves is invisible to us because to us it's the only way. You can't imagine seeing with somebody else's eyes. There are these presumptuous ways that we move through the world that allow for us to make quick assessments, but that absolutely make our own brilliance a backstage circumstance. We don't really see how we are brilliant. We just are operating in the only way that we know how, like the goldfish swimming in the bowl. The goldfish swimming in the bowl can't describe how it swims. It can't explain how it breathes water. It just does. So is it the same with you and with all of us. We have a way, this easy, natural capability that is invisible to us. And when you know yourself, when you know your way, when you are operating clearly with what makes you tick, your effortless strengths, your values, your preferences, your skills that you have that other people revere that you don't think are important, when you are able to really own all of that, you have the self awareness that is the elementary foundational building block for you stop playing small. For you to live a big, juicy dream life, you need to know all of this about you first. That might feel really self-indulgent. That might feel really selfish. That might feel like you're not comfortable having that kind of focus on you. And fair enough, many women in my community are very much helpers, very much outward focused, very much keen to be with and of others, not with and of themselves. They're not conceited, they're not narcissists. But you don't need to be narcissistic to understand all of this about you. All right, so that's step one. How are you doing with this? Step two in the simple steps to stop playing small is to like yourself. Really, like, love on yourself, to see all of those things that I just described, what makes you tick, your values, your easy operating system, to clearly see what other people see, to understand your strengths, to celebrate your clear, beautiful, hardwired way of moving through the world effortlessly, to see all of this and love on it. Not think that there's something missing, not think that it's lesser than somebody else, not compare and despair to the woman across the street, your coworker, your sister. To catch yourself whenever you're falling into criticism, that negative critic, or that imposterism, that feeling I'm not good enough, to catch those experiences and realize they're just your brain braining, and that what you really need to do is to like yourself. That's step two, to really see those qualities and love them. To love that all of that about you is true. When you're able to appreciate the unique way that you are wired and skilled and trained and have all of this life experience, the way in which you are you are able to erode the negative critic, erode imposter syndrome, and focus on your acceleration zone, the places where you can move faster, move more confidently, and enjoy that process without the self doubt, without the second guessing, without the worrying that there's something that there's missing. So, this lesson two here is, can you really like yourself? If that brings sort of a cringe, if you feel like you absolutely are uncomfortable with being in that zone of appreciating yourself, it might take a little practice for you to walk through some steps to really appreciate who you are and love on yourself and drop the comparison and drop the criticism. Doesn't happen overnight. It's simple, yet maybe not easy. Okay, and then the third step in stop playing small, after you know yourself, you like yourself, you trust yourself. You trust that what you have is already enough. That your natural skills, that your way of moving through the world with your your all of the ways in which are easy breezy for you, all of the things that you've gained through life experience and through training, all the ways you've become an expert, all of your values at work, all of the ways in which you relate with people, all the ways in which you get results, that is enough. You want to trust that what you have is already enough. You do not need to go out and get more. You don't need to get more training, more learning, more certifications, more worthiness, more stamps of approval, more external validation. Can you become more? Of course. You can go learn more. You can grow. You can expand. You always want to be leaning into your next level. But we want to do it from a place of self-trust, not from a place of not worthiness without it. We want to be able to grow without it coming from a shameful place of not feeling like we're good enough. We want to be able to champion our needs, to be able to say what we want and need in all of our relationships at work and at home, with friends, with family, with bosses, with our direct reports, with everyone, be able to request what we need, knowing that we deserve to have what we want without falling into second guessing, without feeling self-doubt, without feeling like we need to shrink back from being big, without feeling like maybe we should want something different. We need to really trust that what we know and what we like about ourselves is enough. When you get into that zone of self-trust, when you have your own back, when you know what you want is enough and is right for you, you're able to create your own sense of safety and your own sense of fulfillment in any circumstance. What I mean by this is, let's say you have a negative character in your life. Let's say you've got somebody that really is persecuting you, or that you can't stand, or that you don't like working with, or that is in your family, or triggers all of this self-doubt, or feels so frustrating to deal with. It doesn't matter when you know, like, and trust yourself, because you solve problems from the inside out. You control your experience from the inside out. You have that confidence because you have done the foundational work to know exactly what is important to you, to trust that it's enough, and to like being that way. Are you tracking? This might sound a little bit austere, but it literally is a process. It literally is something that you can gain, that actually is a sequence that I work with all of my clients. So if this simple construct sounds appealing and enticing and yet sort of elusive, and you're not sure how you could gain this on your own, well, there's a reason for that. It's really hard for us to change our own thoughts inside of our thoughts. It's really hard. I like to say, you can't really do brain surgery on yourself. That we can up level through learning and through personal development. And I often talk about how that's why, we like podcasts and we like self-development books and we like coming to free workshops. And yet they leave us longing for something more, because the transformation that we really long for isn't completely onboarded, because it's hard to do that for us, in us. It's like peeling back your cranium and putting the knowledge in and sifting and sorting it and getting rid of the pieces that you don't want anymore. It's really hard to do for yourself. So that's why people hire coaches. That's why people join coaching programs. That's why people want an outside perspective, a guide to help navigate where we get stuck, where we get trapped in negative thinking, where we're dealing with our own inner limitations. And that is what I am here to do. That is what I was born to do. That is what I offer. So you may have been in my workshops before and heard me talk about Completely Confident Leadership, my women's leadership program for women in all phases and all roles of life, to get the know, like, and trust onboarded and inside their DNA, so that they can then do whatever it is that they require to have a big, juicy dream life, to stop playing small. It could mean to elevate in their career. It could mean to get a promotion. It could mean to find their next best fit. It could mean even if I decide I don't want a job, I just want to know how to live a bigger, broader swath. I want to inhabit more space with more confidence. I want to know me and I want to be self-determined. I don't want to feel like I'm keeping myself small or shape-shifting to fit in with other norms or conditioning or social pressure that I experience. This is what I do. I take women through this sequential process to know, like, and trust themselves so that they can make really good decisions for themselves and their lives. I sometimes talk about one of the features of my program being this walkie-talkie app, this free app that I share with all of my clients, where my clients have real-time coaching or a coach in their pocket to be able to get a reframe or to explain what's happening for them or to have a celebration or to get a redirect when they're falling into like a negative spiral or a spin cycle. And just last night, I actually had one of my dear cherished clients via Voxer send me a series of messages about what she's defining for herself at work. So I actually have it up now, little quick glimpse there. And what was happening for her was that her boss actually said that she was so impressive that he was thinking that she may actually be ready to take on a partner level at the firm that she's at. And this is what's so fascinating is there's a part of her that feels very flattered and very excited and very validated and very seen. The other part of her is she's not interested in becoming a partner at the firm because she's decided what's important for her. She has clarified the values that are important for her in her life, and she knows that the culture of this place where she works doesn't allow for the meaningful enjoyment of her whole big life. She said, I told him I'm motivated doing meaningful work and being paid appropriately for it, but also having my life outside of work that includes writing and traveling. That I'm willing to talk more about my career path, but I see how the partners are at our firm are working 24/7, and I don't like that, and I don't want that be the expectation of me. So this is just such a celebration. She's like, I have no doubt that I could become a partner, but I wouldn't be happy. I already make six figures and I don't need to work my life away. It's kind of funny because I definitely feel like I can teach him something. So, how beautiful is this to be able to so fully come into clarity and concert of your own skills, your own awareness, your own what makes you tickness, to love on it and to trust it so that you can stand in any circumstance and hold your own and know what's right for you. Even with an authority figure, even if it's not a pleasurable experience. That's what I'm teaching inside of Completely Confident Leadership. So I can talk a little bit more about the program, but what I want to encourage you now is to know that the first step for you is to get a consult from me. How do you get a consult? You come to my webpage, joeleader.com/apply. And at the very top of the page, there is a beautiful thing that says book a call here. It's a big button. And you get on my calendar and we meet in real life. And I give you a consult experience where I listen to you. I hear what's happening for you in your life. I understand what it is that you are experiencing, and I provide sort of a diagnostic assessment of what I think is missing between where you are and where you say you want to be. Building that bridge is what a consult is all about, where I show you what steps you can take to help you stop playing small, to live a big, juicy dream life, to gain confidence, clarity, awareness, all of the things that are on for you so that you feel that satisfaction, that self-assured satisfaction of knowing what is on for you and what you want. It may involve me making an offer to join my group program. It may not. And you always have the ability to decide if that's something that you want to do, that you want to join us, or follow a different path. But it is not a sales call to get you to do anything. It is a consult for you to gain awareness and be able to feel seen and feel like there is a path for you. So, All of the details of my course are on this page at joeleader.com/apply. You can come to this web page and see all of the details of what it means to be in completely confident leadership, all of the things that you get, all of the ways in which we up level the women in the group, and it's how you book a consult. It is the next step that I encourage you to take. It is a way to feel connected to me and to like this work in general, to be able to be curious and to see what's possible for you. Even if it doesn't end up in you actually joining my program, it's a wonderful offer that might offer you transformation even in a free call. All right. So this group, Stop Playing Small, this small forum Facebook group that I popped up to be able to provide trainings, is being archived. I'll let you know how you can get more free trainings if that's what's on for you. But if you're ready to take it to the next level, if you really want to unblock and unlock whatever it is that is holding you back from living the big, juicy dream life, from having the deep, robust self confidence of know, like, and trusting yourself, if you feel like what is necessary for you to break free to the next level is something that I'm offering, I encourage you to get on my calendar and book a call with me. There's nothing better than us meeting in real life. So, with that, I send you off with love. That's one more time how you can find me, how you can get on my calendar. But I send you off with love with so many well wishes. I hope that this group has been inspiring and enlisting some new ideas for you to onboard so that you can stop playing small in your and start living your big juicy dream life. And until we meet again, bye for now.